In the bottom right of Oceanborn, we do have Showtime. And in the top left, we do have Trap. Of course, this is a PvP. So, this can get crazy. But yeah, one of the best Protoss players of Europe, if not the best, arguably the best Protoss player. If you exclude MaxPax, of course. Like, at least the best one who shows up to lands, let's say. And then we do have, well, one of the greatest to ever play the game in Trap, and still not in his full form yet. To Akiwan. There he goes. That's his map pick, basically. Go, a couple of probes going across the map here. By the way, again, this is no taps, no health bars cast. This is an experimental version. I'm enjoying myself a lot with this style. And I hope you guys also do enjoy this. Making this looking a little bit more clean. It's a little bit, tiny bit more suspense. What the transitions are. What units are gonna fall. How strong an army actually is. It's a little bit more Brute War-esque, so to say. Alright, we do have Cybernetics Core and Double Gate opening here for both players. So none of those two is opting for the MaxPax style, which would be one gate into a quick expansion with a Stargate and an Oracle into a Void Raid and Void Raid defense, basically. So this is a very standard opening, or the absolute meta opening currently. And MaxPax did adjust his opening as well. So he used to play this on the low ground. These days he's been basically placing his first structures on the high ground and not walling off the low ground expansion anymore. How does the stream have so few viewers? Well, we're just starting the day, but unfortunately I had been traveling a lot in the past weeks and also doing a lot of different work, so couldn't be streaming too much. But I keep on planning to do this more consistently in the future, next week as well. Gonna be a stream on Friday, at least my Friday. Might be Thursday for most of you people. I'm in the future. No, because I live in Asia, of course. So pylon commitment here for Showtime. The one was cancelled there for Trap, I think. Or did it get killed? No, it was cancelled there, of course. Did you just see this? Oh, I get it, PvP. Yeah, that might be also the reason. There you go. Stock is gonna chase out the probe. If you can find the probe, this would be a nice pick-off here, actually. I'm gonna find the probe. I'll lose the pylon though. You always love to get this one probe, even if it's only the scouting probe. And Showtime already in a probe lead, so 2 workers ahead is gonna be nice. Not that big of a deal. Sentries against depths. And of course in the current patch, well, this was a Stargate opening, by the way. Let's talk about the Oracle. This is actually a very quick Stargate and only a Templar Twilight here from Showtime. So Trump basically went for 4 depths. And he's trying to, you can still kill sentries. It's not like you can't kill sentries with the depths. It's just not as fast. And they start to trade. So you trade it in the depth for a sentry. I take that trade if I'd be Trump. And now he comes in with the Oracle. He's only gonna get 2 kills. It's gonna take a lot of damage though. So he basically went for very light gas units in his warp gate production cycles, and then went for the very quick Stargate with an Oracle here behind this. And now it's gonna go, okay, this is amazing. This could be such a big deal. If he waited for the cancel and then kills the probe, man, that could have been amazing, because then he can shade into the main and then he can like sit in the mineral line. There's a little bit off timing there. I actually did manage to produce 2 Oracles here, while he also is getting his Twilight Council and Blink. A lot of gas getting put into tech here for Trap, and yeah, if we're gonna take a look at the Stalker count, there's only gonna be 2 here on side of our blue Protoss player, and we do have 6 already, 7, make it 7, on side of Showtime with these 2 sentries, of course. Sentries in a stalker fight can be very helpful with the Guardian Shields. But that being said, 2 Oracles also can make a world of a difference. What's Trap's current rating amongst the other Protoss players? He's probably not there yet, but he's been really on the rise again, and it feels like he can have a deep run again. Like he's been looking very solid on the last NA Cup. He's been looking really good actually this week, like yesterday, I want to say. But then again, he's kind of still lacking those deep runs, so maybe he still needs like a month or so to really get very high up there. But he's been looking super strong in the early game. Again, like his harassment has been looking very clean. It was looking super sloppy when he just came back to the game. So he's been definitely powering up a lot in the past like 2 months. But he's definitely not there yet. Like if you put Trap against Crater, like in PvP, I'd give it to Trap. But if you put them in PvT or PvZ, I'd probably say Crater is a strong option there. In their current state, in their current form, basically. You'd probably have to rank him a little bit lower than the overall, than 5th or 6th. There we go though, Trap gonna go commit here into a Stalker fight. He's gonna pick off the sentries, and he also does have these 2 adepts, but as you can see, this is where he's completely focusing on the Stalker fight. These adepts do not focus drones, they are shooting at a Stalker. This is not what you're trying to do here, not what you're trying to achieve. And these 2 Oracles did not really find any extra damage, as we still have 3 Stalkers defending the main base here. So this attack was a tiny bit bungled. Showtime, basically, this 1 Stalker was really a saving grace here, fighting these 2 adepts there. And yeah, a Trap in full form basically does execute this attack better. It was a very nice tactic, brilliant tactical maneuver, but not perfectly executed. Not executed to a top 5 world Protoss currently, at least. Like if we go top 5 overall, you kind of have to name MaxPax, right? Who's there? You kind of have to put in Crater as well, just because he's been looking good. Hero is of course there. Nightmare has been looking really good. Maybe not top 5. Kind of tough, really. There's been a lot of decent Protoss in Europe. Kind of Showtime and MaxPax being in the lead there. But this could be a good cancel. Yeah, this is gonna be a good cancel. Nice move here by Trap. Been really good on the map control, it seems, so far. And Oracle swooping in at the same time, getting some extra probes. Finally finding basically an undefended probe line there. Shield battery not gonna be enough. But it looks like Showtime's army is progressing a little bit faster than Trap's army into a little bit more of a ground pounding force. We do have a lot of charge lots coming in for both players, and yeah, Immortals as well as sentries. Already Immortal lead here. Archons are gonna be started. I don't think this tech is available yet for our blue Protoss player here. We look around, there is no Temple Archives, as indeed we just find it just been started. So if Showtime just commits now to a fight, once he has like 3 Archons or something, he can really put a dent into Trap there. But I mean, it's Showtime show. It's the Mauer. He's not gonna move out, is he? Even with an advantage, he doesn't know, of course, that this. See, this is how little he moved out. He basically only went across the map with his hallucinations. This is something very interesting about Showtime. You'd think that he does not know how to read the game based on how much information he's lacking, right? But actually, he can read the game very good with very little information. That's something where he really excels at. So he can just sit back defensively. He doesn't even need to see everything. He sometimes needs a scout on your army. He needs to find the position to be in. But he reads the game very well. And there we go. Sitting defensively is gonna work wonders here for Showtime. Only one Archon against two, and those Zealots are gonna trade so much better here on sides of our red Protoss player. We also do have a shield battery. It is out of energy right now. Just gonna sit there, but already the fight kind of has been won here for Showtime, and perhaps gonna be forced back. If he could snipe the Warp Prism Showtime, that would be a great move there, and it's gonna go for the blink, it's gonna go for the assassination, it's gonna get it as well. And yeah, we're out of Zealots here. Or Trap. Only Stalkers kind of remain. Immortal also is gonna fall, and Stalker Sentry. Well, now Stalker Zealot is not gonna win against Stalker Archon Immortal Zealot. There you go. So beautiful fight here for Showtime, completely decimating the army of his opponent, and now Trap only has he only has Charge Lord Stalker. And if he needs to fight, well, if Showtime commits, he could easily poke out a base. Not gonna do though. So crazy how defensively he is. He still wins the games, right? Sometimes. Or most of the times. By the way, we also, we were talking about the top Protoss dogs, right? But we also do have stats for, oh wow, quick trigger there, amazing. Also have stats kind of being back-ish. He's also maybe not in his strongest form yet, but he's been looking actually very good recently. It's kind of cool to really see him poke out his head again. He's like the other end of the spectrum from Hero, right? If you have Hero, the most offensive player of all time, maybe Parting, and then you have Stats, the most offensive player of all time. Okay, this could be a great stat. He does have an Observer. He's not gonna sacrifice a unit for that one. Take his time there. This could be a good run by. There's only one cannon. A warp, it could help defend this. There is some free supply, so possible to just warp in some units here. There we go. Nice. I love how he surrounds his defensive structures as well. It's gonna keep the cannons alive a little bit longer. Trying to poke in here. Tons of Zealots. Only very few Archons on both sides, but as I say, there's actually 4 Archons here in Showtime's army. Second Warp Prism coming online. It's kind of crazy. We're gonna get some more extra Archons here as well on Trap's side. This is gonna be a huge pick off there, the pylon empowering this shield battery. So the defensive bonus is not gonna be there here for our blue Protoss player. And these Zealots are so freaking stuck, man. Scratching my head at this. The positioning here has been great for Showtime, and Trap coming down this ramp is definitely not engaging the way he should have. He's trying to go for the armor assassination, but blinking on top of Charge Lord Archon is not gonna win you the game, I'm afraid. No, the fights basically have been taken way better here by our red Protoss player. And if he can kind of stand his ground here, maybe get one more reinforcement. Even if you snipe this, there's one more over here. It doesn't really matter too much. I mean, we can also see reflected in the army supply. 45 against 53. Showtime in the lead. It was just 33 there a second ago. There was a couple more Archons coming in here. But same is gonna be true here for Showtime. And remember, he did kill a ton of probes. That being said though, actually Trap is on even a bit too many probes there. He lost like 20 probes, he's still on 70, that's crazy. There we go, another 10, 70 probes are gonna fall here. Dealing a ton of damage to this economy line. Maybe even gonna kill the base, yeah. Gonna pull up in a beautiful position with the Nexus. Kind of creating a wall here. And this army just looks too small from Trap. Reinforcements charging in, but yeah, it doesn't seem like he can win the fight. GG is gonna get called, and Showtime is gonna take map number 1. There we go. Just hop right into game number 2 here. Don't want to waste too much time. Don't put it on the wrong guy. Showtime up 1-0. Here we are. Game number 2. Alki 1 is the map. In the bottom left we do have Showtime. Taking map number 1. In a very strange, odd fashion. And in the top right we do have Trap. So, kind of how Showtime won the last game was he was basically taking the fights better than Trap. He was executing his army movement better and prioritizing the timings better when to fight and what positionally, how to fight. And Trap was a little bit too messy with that. So he kind of traded very poorly in comparison. And even though Showtime was kind of a base behind the whole game, well, he managed to win the game. Again, for everybody tuning in just now, this is a no tap, no health bar cast. So this is all on purpose, because I like it that way. It's gonna be a 2-gate here for both players again. It's a very standard opening. I have seen Trap actually try to do the max packs opening with the 1 gate on the high ground into the Nexus and Stargate, but it seems it hasn't been working out too well for him. I think he managed to win the game, by the way. He played it, but yeah. Trap is gonna get his base very quickly up here and can't deny Showtime's base. This is an interesting situation. Showtime is gonna commit to earlier units though, and we see there's only 1 sentry. The other unit has actually been cancelled there by Trap to get the extra minerals, the extra money for the Nexus. This is a very interesting move here. So really going there for a quick economy boost. And it's gonna play very defensive with double sentry opening here. Or like 1 delayed sentry even. And on the other side, Showtime, well, he has a sentry in the Stalker. And a second sentry, but Stalker's not really gonna do too much for him. As you can see, base is quite a bit slower. Almost done here. And kind of not even halfway done here for our German Protoss player. Twilight Council is going to be the tech of choice, also being scouted, but of course it is the very norm, the very standard, and it is the thing for both players. Showtime didn't see it yet, but sentries maybe not able to poke down those Phoenix here. Oh my god, we do have the raid. Is this the Artosis raid? Oh, there you go. Dan, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody is here. Sheep Battery. There you are. Is this Battle Aces? I think so, yeah. And this is what Battle Aces is gonna evolve into in the future. Well, everybody, welcome so much. So much for the raid again. Is Stormgate? Maybe. Maybe. It was made by some of the very same people, so maybe it is. If you only watch the credits. Could be Stormgate. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of a throat infection, so I'm not as hype as I usually would be. Excuse me if my voice is gonna die down a little bit. How to get an Asian wife? I don't know, man. Just travel Asia. Has had this sexy voice the whole time. Well, this is a throat infection voice, so thank you very much, but... You're a Zerg. What happened to your throat? Well, it's just an infection. Gonna be better in the next 3 days. I just went to the doctor earlier, so he said I'm over the top, so it should be getting better the next 2 days, 3 days. Infestation, you could say. Kerrigan transformation. Well, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? The voice is not a bad part to start. Well, so far, nothing really going on here. Both players are really hanging back here, just expanding, trying to bolster up the army, and, well, Trap is most likely gonna move out, try to find some damage with his blink timing. He really likes to get the map control there. And posture around. If he can find something, shave off some units here and there. He's gonna lose some probes here to the double adept. Not too many though, but 3 is kind of where you're like, oh, okay, this is okay as a Showtime, you know. You go in, you lose 2 adepts, you get three probes while they're under fire, you scout the natural, which is also a good scout. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Is 12 damage too much for sentries? Well, they're sitting at 10, right? So I think 12's too much, yeah. Because then, I don't know, man, you could kill everything with 12 damage. You only need like 3 stalkers and 2 sentries to kill every air unit. Showtime is a good player? Most definitely, yes. Oh, this is a cool approach, I love this. A very quick nexus on the gold base here. And Showtime is opting for his 4th in a standard position, it seems. Of course, this makes Trap a little bit exposed. Could I kill myself with 12 damage? I'm not sure, man. I haven't tried, and I don't advise you to try. Is this game live? No, these are replays. Fortunately, I do not have any live games here for you tonight. But this is Trap, this is Showtime, this is one of the more recent games those two have played in the Korean Open Cup. I want to say maybe two weeks ago. Not 100% sure. So this is still a very recent game. You gotta skip scripted 50. I kind of want to know how that went, actually. I haven't seen the games yet. I don't want to know how it went. Did Parting completely beat Clem? Like 16 of these 15 games? Well, nice scout here for Showtime. He's gonna completely identify the timing of the Templar Archive from Trap and knows, well, this is a little bit later than the one I have, so I already have Archons. You don't. Maybe this is a good time to push in. And it looks like the army is quite a bit stronger here for Showtime if we just look at the size of it right now. It lacks some complexity here. Our Blue Protoss plays just charge lot, couple of Immortals there, and some Stalkers, a lot of Stalkers. We have at least one Archon here in Showtime's army. A second one should be reinforcing very soon. This gas peaking to 300 here. What is Battle Aces? I think Atosis may have streamed something of those sorts. It's a StarCraft 2 mod without StarCraft 2 launcher. It is David Kim's new game. Standalone StarCraft 2 mod with different units and different graphics and different timers, different settings, different engine. Completely standalone. Less Archon and the Zealot Immortal Archon composition. So both players have been operating on very low gases. If you take a look at the gases, we have 3 gases up and running here for Showtime. And the same is kind of true for Trap. He has a 4th gas actually. So yeah, it's a lot about the Zealots, very light on Archons, because Archons clump a little bit too much sometimes. You need to be very careful. And Zealots are just more mobile. You also have more options with them. You can go harass with Zealots. You can't really harass with Archons, because they're just too clunky. They're not good for escaping, and they're not good for run-bys basically. So yeah, both players just going for super Zealot heavy compositions here. And we're gonna see if, well, who's gonna win the fight. It's just gonna be a little bit of random. Let's see who gets the better charge pairings, I guess. And this is some beautiful force fields here, trapping some Zealots there from Showtime, and it doesn't seem like Showtime can break Trap with this army. And well, we need to see something more here from our red Protoss player, because oh, this is gonna be a nice run by. If you can catch this base here, just warp it in. This is beautiful deny here on this gold base. And Trap has his base going up behind this. The game is looking great here for Trap. Excuse me. Base is almost complete. He already transferring some workers now. Needs to pull back the Zealot run by in the bottom, because it's gonna get completely demolished by Showtime's defenses. But yeah, it does not feel like Showtime can win with this current setup. He is not making headway in bases. He's not really... Oh, this could be the move though. It could be a base trade. Completely going unscouted here. The whole army of Showtime completely bypassed Traps, and now Trap needs to come back and re-engage, or needs to go for the base trade. He has the more bases though, so he doesn't really want to just sacrifice his bases. This is exposed tech here in the natural as well. If Showtime identifies that there is the Templar Archives and just kills that off, there's no more Archons anymore for Trap. And this engage is terrible. There's so many units stuck behind on this ramp here. Again, a beautiful setup there for Showtime, and terrible engage for Trap. Trap looking kind of lose the game again here. A little bit like unfortunate, kind of not scouting the army of Showtime and then being completely out of position again. Showtime just beautiful positioning, beautiful army movement, beautiful rotations here all around the map. And Trap kind of losing out on that front again in the second map in a row here. Losing his gold base and losing the army fight. GG, well played. Showtime takes game number 2.